Hello there fellow humans and welcome to this video, and right this second as I started you heard the sound there is the new notification because there is new crates in the game, and this time it is the Steady Turtle Mark 1 as you can see up there, and it is in crates for gold actually, which just basically shows you how shit this tank actually is because they don't even dare selling it for money. Now the thing is, obviously when you buy crates you never buy the top option. If you buy a crate, you always buy the lowest option. So think if 3 crates for 2,500 gold is worth getting 25 common boosters. So obviously, and if you're in Belgium, then be happy because then you're not gonna have to buy this thing. I'm gonna skip over that. I'm gonna go through the stats in a minute. As you can see, the armor is quite sloped at the front, but obviously this is weak, and the weak spot and the bottom as well, so you know it's not very interesting. It's basically a tortoise but not as big. So let's hop over to Blitz stars, take a very quick look at the stats, and then I'm gonna open some crates and then play the Arctic Radiator because that's better. Let's take a very quick look at the stats, and as you can see already it loses out to the Actigra massively, which is freely available in the shop. So yeah, in terms of firepower, it definitely goes to the Arctiga right here. No chance for the turtle. Better DPM, better penetration, better alpha damage, better rate of fire, better shell velocity as well. Yeah, and even compared to the Scorpion, it's not very good as well, because the Scorpion obviously has the bonus of more alpha damage, and it also has a turret. Then aim time, the only thing that it has is a bit of better aim time than the Actigra, but obviously the Actigra has massively better dispersion and also better dispersion on the move, so it loses again to all 3 here. Then in terms of the gun depression, it is 10 degrees, which is very good. Same with the AT-15. It loses very much here, 6 degrees and 7 degrees, but then you have to think that these are tank destroyers and you're not gonna fight them on ridge lines too much, so that is not that big of a factor than, like, for example, the lack of DPM that it has compared to the Actigra. Then we move on. Mobility, obviously, power to weight ratio, obviously here is way worse, but the effective power to weight ratio is basically the same, and this thing is 90% faster, and this thing is 175% faster. So yeah, clearly goes to the Scorpion right here, because, you know, speed is cool. And the Actigra, with having 18 kilometers of ammo top speed, is more mobile. The only upside that this thing has is it has a bit more camo, traverse speed, also goes to the Actigra. Then the armor. Hull armor, 250 compared to 152, also goes to the Actigra. I mean, we can ignore this down here because this is only contributed by the cocksuckling tryhards that test for Wargaming in their completely flawed testing process. But anyway, so we can clearly see this tank is a joke. It is not worth it. Just get the Actigra. It is just basically better in everything, as you can see right there. So yeah, let's move on. As we look in the store here, we can see obviously the Prime bundle, which is the 3 for 2.5k up here, and then at the bottom, to actually get the tank, we need about 19 for 17,050. The drop chance is 4%, so that's worse than most of the others, and the charm count is 25, so according to Wargaming, the tank is worth about 25,000 gold in charms. Which it isn't, because if we take a very quick look into the tech tree here, what we can find right here in the German section is we can find this vehicle. As I already talked about it, it's 7,000 gold, which is less than half of what the Turtle's value is currently, and the vehicle is better at basically everything. So I would strongly recommend you to get the Actigra if you're interested in a tank destroyer like this. Okay, don't gamble for the turtle. Why would you do that? Why would you spend money on a tank that? Why would you spend money on something that's not as good as what you could have? You spend less money on the Actigra and get a product that is better. So I'm gonna simply buy the 3 containers here because I have no interest whatsoever in obtaining this vehicle. Well, first of all, because I dislike non-turreted tank destroyers, and second of all, because the turtle is just bad compared to the Actigra, you know? It might be a somewhat solid tank on its own, yes, that is true. However, you always have to take into account on these premium tanks, you're spending money on them. And if you spend money, you want to have the best thing for your money, right? So, buy the Jagdtiger. If you're interested in a tank like this, buy the Jagdtiger. That's the best thing for your money in that situation. Okay, nothing. Let's go. Another one. I'm just throwing away 2.5k gold here. God fucking damn it, Wargaming, stop it! Yep. Well, at one point, I'm just gonna start cutting the point where I get the tank. Because, like, this is so deceiving, you know? This is absolutely deceiving. And the problem is, for 2.5k gold, the tank's not even worth it! Also, guys, if you actually want a tank like the turtle, then what I can tell you to get a tank like this is you have to genuinely not want it. You know, if you genuinely don't want the tank, you're gonna get it. That's how it works, essentially. So I'm gonna equip it, and then we're gonna play this piece of shit. Oh, God. This pile of horse shit is now completely equipped, and now let's get into a battle, hopefully. Oh, God. Now, I can't stress this enough. This is not going to happen to you, okay? I get lucky. You know that by now, if you're a regular viewer of this channel. You know that I get lucky with these kind of things. You won't be lucky. It's a 4% drop chance. The chance of you getting this tank for 2.5k gold is below 10%. So don't do that, okay? Don't do that, okay? Good? If you buy the crates, if you buy this tank, if you buy crates for this tank, you are a disappointment to humanity. Just want to state that right now. And I am as well, I know. I am. Unfortunately, I got this as well. So, we're going this way. Also, bonus guide for this map. If on this map you lose the ridge line right here, you lose the map, no matter what happens essentially otherwise. If you lose that mid-ridge, it's over. As you can see already, 20 kilometers an hour top speed, which is absolutely abysmal, because you can't take key positions first, and that's kind of what you want to do, you know, when you have a lot of teams that are quite incompetent. You want to be the one that takes point, you want to be the one that take control of the match. But you can't do that in this tank because it's so damn slow. In the Jagdtiger, for example, I'd already be at the rock, because I have 38 kilometers an hour top speed. Our Annihilator has drowned himself because he's a complete and absolute loser. Yeah. Okay. 330 alpha damage on this tank, and he just penned me right through the front. Yeah. That's balanced. Okay, he just penned me right through the damn front. Let's peek again. Okay. It has armor against tier 7s, that's cool. But so does the Jagdtiger. IS-2 has not understood the concept of normal peeking. And, yeah. We have lost the island over there, which is obviously very bad for us, because, now the M41 is just gonna sit there and annoy me. All the time, basically. And now I can't do much here. The problem with these tanks is you can't do much. Because you're limited in mobility and you're limited in traverse. So you can't take action. So if you have a bad team right off at the beginning, you can't do much about it at first. So obviously we're losing the ridge, which is kind of the problem. The Annihilate has drowned himself, but somehow it's a 5v5, so that's not too bad. That is not too bad. The main problem, obviously, is the M41, as you can see right there, because this tank is not versatile, and that's not good. Versatility is always important, and it's not good against medium tanks, it's not good especially against light tanks. It can be penned through the lower plate easily. I mean, so can the Jagdtiger, but the Jagdtiger can at least somewhat move out of a position that is unfavorable, while this thing can't. So, and also the armor doesn't really allow it to tank too much, but yeah, there's that. Just don't buy it, okay? I could rant on for this for 10 minutes. Just don't buy it. If you do buy it, okay, whatever. You're dumb. But, yeah. Like, this tank is just a joke, essentially. It's an absolute joke. And I regret it. And I can tell you how much of a joke this tank is. Because for 2.5k, I regret getting it. That's how much like, you see, you can't do anything. You can't turn. You can't fight back. What are you gonna do? Like, seriously. It turns like shit. Look at that. It can't do anything. It's a pile of shit. Don't buy this tank. It's bad, okay? Just want to demonstrate you that again. Don't buy it. Don't buy the crates. Don't be stupid. And just move on with your life. And if you want a tank like this, buy the Arctiger, okay? Thank you. And thanks for watching. Goodbye.